Arthur was insanely rich but completely alone. As the heir to a powerful conglomerate, his life was constantly under threat, with amateur assassins trying and failing to take him out. Tired of it all, Arthur makes a strange decision. He orders a personal bodyguard, a lifelike robot designed to protect him at all costs. The story begins inside Arthur's private office, where he calmly welcomes his longtime butler. This time, the butler doesn't arrive alone. Standing beside him is a pink-haired girl introduced as Marie, a newly developed humanoid robot. According to the butler, after countless failed experiments, they finally succeeded in creating the realistic robot Arthur had been asking for. Arthur is immediately intrigued. Her movements, her expression, everything feels too natural. Still, he keeps his guard up, deciding to observe her more closely before trusting her. Suddenly, without warning, the clock on the wall explodes. Smoke fills the office in an instant. Arthur's assistant rushes toward him in panic, but Arthur steps out of the smoke completely unharmed. As he scans the room to understand what just happened, something unusual catches his eye. Marie didn't move. She didn't blink. She didn't even flinch during the explosion. Arthur is stunned by her reaction, or lack of one. But before he can comment, he notices a cleaner casually walking past the office. Arthur reveals that she was the one who tampered with the clock. The guard sees her as she desperately begs, claiming she was only following orders. He points out multiple hidden figures positioned around the building, all waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Within seconds, his guards move in and capture every single assassin. Moments later, a delivery arrives. A simple flower meant to congratulate Arthur on surviving yet another day. But even this gift hides a deadly secret, a knife concealed inside. And Arthur begins to realize that trusting Marie might be the key to his survival. This is exactly why Arthur hates humans. In his eyes, people are selfish, driven by desire, and more than willing to hurt others to get what they want. That belief is what pushes him to trust machines instead of people. What Arthur doesn't know is that she isn't a robot at all. Marie was once a martial arts prodigy. After her parents were killed and the case was closed, she accepted a dangerous offer to disguise herself as a robotic maid in exchange for protection and survival. Suddenly, Arthur orders everyone to leave the room, asking to be alone with her. Marie freezes, not by design but by fear. No matter how robotic she pretends to be, she's convinced Arthur will see through her act. As he steps closer, her entire life flashes before her eyes. If he finds out the truth, she's finished. Yet somehow, she holds her composure long enough to convince Arthur that she truly is a machine. The change in him is instant. Arthur suddenly bursts into childish excitement, dancing around the room in pure joy. For the first time, he believes he finally has what he's always wanted. The next morning, the butler, who is the only person aware of Marie's secret, tells her that she'll now escort the young master to the academy. With threats still looming, Arthur's safety depends on her. Hungry, Marie devours the sandwich the butler prepared, since she can only eat when Arthur isn't around. The butler watches silently, praying that Marie stays safe. Because if Arthur ever finds out she's human, both of their lives will be over. When it's time for school, the driver arrives just 1 second late. Arthur snaps immediately, harshly scolding him. During the ride, Arthur explains his strict daily schedule and orders Marie to behave like a normal human so she can blend in at the academy. Marie agrees, but the moment she's on her own, reality hits. She accidentally bumps into 2 students and instinctively apologizes, a little too naturally. But instead of accepting her apology, the 2 boys begin mocking Marie, laughing and calling her a walking robot. Marie doesn't feel offended at all. She's heard those words her entire life. Even as a child, her mother constantly scolded her for showing no emotion. So standing there, surrounded by ridicule, feels painfully familiar. Before things can get worse, Arthur suddenly arrives. The moment the 2 boys recognize him, they panic and sprint away without looking back. Marie thanks Arthur for stepping in. In response, he gently taps her on the head and tells her something unexpected. That he finds her calm, emotionless reactions beautiful. Marie quickly hides her reaction, but inside her heart is racing. It's the first genuine compliment she's ever received. Later that day, Arthur attends a formal meeting with his older brother, Maynard. On the surface, they exchange polite smiles and respectful words. But beneath that calm exterior, both of them are silently wishing the other would disappear. Maynard desperately wants Arthur gone so he can claim the position of heir for himself. And as it turns out, he's one of the people secretly sending assassins after his own brother. Marie immediately senses the tension between them. Strangely enough, she concludes that the two brothers must be incredibly close, even though Maynard is constantly plotting Arthur's death. Eventually, Maynard excuses himself, claiming he needs to use the bathroom. The moment he steps outside, he vents his frustration, furious that Arthur is still alive. That's when he suddenly feels a presence behind him. Marie is standing there. Maynard nearly jumps out of his skin when she calmly announces herself. Panicking, he demands to know who or what she is. Marie simply introduces herself as Arthur's robot maid. Suspicious, Maynard steps closer, inspecting her face and movements. Just like Arthur before him, he quickly becomes convinced that she lacks any humanity at all. Marie then adds that she can perform human behaviors, like smiling. To prove it, she forces a stiff, unnatural grin. Maynard screams and bolts down the hallway, completely traumatized. Later that night, Marie quietly enters Arthur's room, only to be met with an unexpected request. Arthur asks if he can rest his head on her lap. After a brief pause, she agrees. As he lies there, Arthur finally opens up. He admits that he wants to become stronger because he has no one. Everyone around him is an enemy, and he's tired of standing alone. She tells him he can rely on her. No matter what happens, she promises to stay by his side, to remain his companion until the end. The tension in Arthur's face melts away, replaced by genuine relief. He thanks her and slowly drifts off to sleep, resting peacefully on her lap. From that moment on, Marie grows deeply attached to Arthur. She now wants to protect him the same way he once protected her. Yet despite her feelings, she remains trapped in a lie she can't escape. A few days later, Arthur prepares to attend an evening lecture. When the car arrives, he steps inside without hesitation. The vehicle drives off, leaving Marie behind. Seconds later, another car pulls up. The driver claims he's here to pick Arthur up. The butler instantly senses something is wrong, but when he turns around to warn Marie, she's already gone. Marie felt the danger the moment the first car left. Now she's chasing it down, moving with speed and precision no human should possess. The truth soon becomes clear. Arthur has been kidnapped. Inside the car, he's restrained, and Maynard is behind it all. Maynard laughs, claiming he finally snapped, blaming everything on Arthur's irritating maid. He mocks Arthur for choosing her so carelessly, promising that he'll get another chance because this one is his last. Suddenly, Marie appears, standing calmly on top of the moving car. She looks down at Arthur and tells him she came to retrieve him. Maynard panics, screaming for the driver to speed up. He convinces himself Marie is just a robot and orders the car to swerve violently. The driver jerks the wheel left and right at full speed, and Marie is finally thrown off. She crashes onto the road. But she doesn't stop. Ignoring the pain, Marie immediately resumes the chase. Eventually, Arthur is taken to an abandoned warehouse, where Maynard plans to end everything. Even at death's door, Arthur isn't thinking about himself. He's worried about Marie. Maynard laughs hysterically, convinced she was destroyed when she fell from the car. Arthur snaps, declaring that he'll never forgive Maynard for wishing harm on her. Maynard mocks him, calling him pathetic for caring so much about a machine. Just as he's savoring his victory, he hears his own voice echoing through the warehouse. It's a recording of Maynard threatening Arthur. Panicking, Maynard orders his men to search Arthur's belongings. They find a phone hidden in his pocket. Shocked, Maynard demands to know when Arthur recorded it. Arthur calmly reveals the truth. There's a surveillance device sewn into his suit. If you loved this anime story and want to know what happens next, drop a comment below and I'll make part 2 just for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.